Now, think of all the teachings that you've gotten from me, from Actualized.org. Everything I've ever shared with you, every insight, every idea, everything you've ever learned from me. Notice that that is concept and belief. That is all you ever get from me, is concept and belief. Not just for me, but any teacher on any subject. Now compare that to your hand. This is actual, and everything I've ever told you, that's all concepts and belief. You see? The biggest trap with all of these teachings that I teach is that we have to communicate through concepts and through beliefs. There's no other way. That's inherent to communication. So we're always dealing with this inherent limitation to communication. And you have to be able to understand these various pointers, these conceptual pointers that are being given to you, and then go beyond them to actuality. You see, so when I tell you something about your hand, what you need to be able to do is you got to say, oh, he's talking about my actual hand. Let me look at my hand. Oh yeah, that's my hand. Oh yeah, actuality. Here it is. That's what he's talking about when he says the word hand, right? But most people who listen to my videos never ever do that. Never. And that's why they misunderstand 90% of the things that I say. Now think of God. Whatever your ideas and thoughts about God are, whether you believe in God or don't believe in God, whether you like God or hate God, whatever your religion told you about God, bring all that to mind. Notice that that's a concept and that's imagination. Get that? Now pull out your hand. Look at your hand again. This is actual right here. All your ideas about God, that's all imagination. In fact, if you want to understand what God is, look at your hand. This right here is God. I'm not joking. This is God. Look at it. Become conscious of it. Sit here for 5 hours looking at this hand until you realize that this hand is God. I'm not kidding. This is it. All your ideas about God, that's nonsense. That's not God. This is God right here. God is actuality. So why is spirituality and actuality the same thing? Because spirituality is about connecting with God. And what is God? God is what's actual. And what's actual is all of this. Whatever it is, that's God. It's that simple. You're overlooking the obvious. Now, of course, you're going to say, Leo, but this is absurd. I mean, my hand is not God. It sounds like you're playing word games here, and you're trying to make something that's not God into God. I mean, what kind of joke is this? You can't be serious. Again, because you're underestimating the power of the context in which you're interpreting all of this. So when you're looking at this hand, you can't see the God of it because you think it's my hand. Your idea that it's my hand is blocking you from seeing that actually, no, this is God. I mean, it's just that simple. But it's going to take you a lot of time looking at this thing to realize what's being said here. This is not an easy thing to get. It requires a lot of consciousness. A lot of consciousness. You have to be really conscious of what this hand is. And of course, not just this hand. You can look at a cat or a dog or a tree or a lamp or a wall and realize that it's God. God is this entire field right here. This whole field that's conscious, that's self-aware. This self-aware field is God. Now, think of your death and non-existence. right? You believe you're going to die. You're worried about dying. What is that? What is death? Notice that that's a concept and that's imagination.